You're listening to Accent on TV. Best of Poland and Europe. Right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hola.
Okay, who is starting? Hola.
Hola, hola.
Okay.
So,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm
Miss
doing
Alona?
fine.
Good.
And I'm saying I missed you. I miss you, and you don't
Oh.
even know. I hope you are watching from time to time our shows. But
Yes,
Marek just
because-
loves you, and every time when we
Oh.
talk and we use a word that I try to brand bestestes, we are talking. Where is Lucy? I always because Marek says he's bestestes,
Oh,
host,
okay,
and
okay,
I
okay.
say no, I am, and then we say right away no.
And then,
Lucy
I should be
Hill.
the judge.
No, we are adding you that you are the bestest host for the show. Then hi, Monday again.
Yes, Monday.
Mostly
Comes
third-
around very quick, doesn't it?
Not for me.
it
I
doesn't.
don't
It's
know
like
what's happened
Monday.
today, but yeah, but the
Yeah.
third Monday, I wait for it because I see you and I'm very, very
Aw.
jealous. I'm saying Lucy is shrinking.
Say-
Lucy is losing weight
I-
and drives me crazy. Every woman will be a little jealous of that.
Oh no!
And,
But I'm
uh,
trying. But seriously, I'm trying. You know what it was? It was 2 months ago when I first came on the show. I saw it and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
I see
cameras just
myself
make you
fat
go,
too, and then I don't do nothing. I eat my
But you look great,
pa-
Alona.
apple pie, which that's what I bought because it was for $4.99 from $7.99.
Well,
and I got it, and it was
really?
just so good.
Yeah.
I love it. Then,
Yes.
but anyway, no,
Yes.
you look good. I'm not
Aw.
complaining. I like how I look, but of
Yes,
course
you
every
do.
woman
And you
just is
should.
jealous. Yeah, I
Yeah,
should.
yeah.
But you're doing great, and we
Aw.
still want to know what is their diet. You mentioned a little bit about
Yes.
Australian.
Yes, it's an Australian diet.
And allows
But-
carbs, you said.
Yeah, it's it's like minimum carbs, but it's like 3 carbs a day. So you can have like 2 pieces of bread and say some oatmeal.
Okay.
But morning, right?
Morning.
This is all in the morning.
That's
so
very
oatmeal for
European.
breakfast, yes.
Very European
And say
diet.
2 pieces of toast with something on them, like turkey or something, with salad for lunch. And then for dinner, and no snacks. See,
Oh,
that's the
that's the
thing.
trouble.
It's no snacks.
Okay, Agnieszka Niezgoda, we have very beautiful
I'm being
guests.
hungry right now.
Okay, that's why we probably talk about this, but
But
we
yeah.
have,
It's
of course,
dinner
Yes.
time. It's
we
dinner
have
time.
wonderful
Yes.
guests, and I'm so proud to have her today on my show because Agnieszka Niezgoda, she is my friend, like I said, but she is living LA. Then if I wouldn't call her, then maybe I would call her 1 month from now, and I would call to nobody
Oh.
because she will be
Somewhere.
somewhere over the rainbow. But again, official
So
introduction.
happy to be here. So happy to be here. And we just did the first show together.
Yeah, we just did Accent on radio. Agnieszka was for the third time my guest, and people will ask why I'm inviting Agnieszka over and over.
But let's
because
see.
this show is
Yeah.
Accent on TV, the
It is.
best of Poland and Europe. And what we hear and see, what we see
It's
here
such
first.
a beautiful book. It is
took
just
me
gorgeous.
5 years to complete the project. Yeah.
Agnieszka wrote this book.
Whoa.
And this is a very, very special one. It's called Hollywood.pl. means
for Poland.
From Poland.
see.
And now
Okay.
everybody understand why
Yeah.
today I'm so happy to have her, especially that she's leaving LA after being here 6 years. Then we'll
Really?
be talking a
That
little
was
bit.
very much
But-
my connection to Los Angeles, to
Was
be
that-
honest.
This book, this
Yeah,
project.
this book, this project, because I've been working here as a foreign press correspondent, writing for Polish newspapers. But that was like a major project going on, and it really kept me here in many ways.
Then Lucy, I was so happy that this is the third Monday because
Yeah.
I'm sometimes pre-planning my guest because I like to have 2 guests on my show,
Right.
and sometimes and mostly they're musicians and somebody else musician because I love
Right.
music. And
Yes.
today I knew you are a journalist. You are very highly educated journalist, and you have big past in pirate radio, pirate
radio.
and you need to
Although-
tell us a little bit and tell Agnieszka
Yes.
a little bit who you are, who is
Yeah.
Lucy Hill. Sorry, we'll be doing the same introduction for
Yes.
everybody.
Yes, because
about
I
my
would
beautiful
like to
friend.
know, what you do and what this book was all about.
Yes,
I
then
really
first,
do. But,
Lucy,
okay,
you tell
okay.
my friend
Okay.
why I thought that Lucy and this Monday meeting Lucy would be very, very special
Aw.
time for her also.
Well, you know what? It's wonderful when I meet any of your friends, Alona. They're all wonderful. And by the way, Craig, who was on last
I
month,
love him, my brother.
yes, he said,
And I see him, and I'm like shy a little bit to just contact my brother over and I don't
you
want to be the
should,
sister
but he's
who is
just
like
going
annoying.
to the UK tonight. He's on a plane right now. He's going to the UK for a
Okay.
month. But he said to me a couple of weeks ago, "How's my sister doing?"
Oh, then
So I said,
write
"This
him-
was a guest we had a
Okay.
month ago."
And he said I
Yes,
look like
yes.
his sister.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, God, thank
Right.
you, I have no family. Then I would love to
Right.
meet my sister who looks
Right.
like me. Then
Right.
he
That is
has
hilarious.
4 of them, I
Yeah.
think. Like he has big family.
Yes, has a big family, so
Beautiful
he's going
actor,
over there
English
now.
actor. He's
Yeah.
right now, playing
Yeah. He's got
TNT,
a series on Netflix.
on Netflix.
Yes.
On Netflix. Okay.
Yes,
Then
but-
a
yeah.
charming gentleman, beautiful,
Yeah,
charming
he's
gentleman.
he's very nice. But you know what? I was slightly disappointed. But you know what? Life happens.
Oh, we like that.
Um,
We were disappointed. We were
I had a
disappointed
guest.
last
Yes, I had
hour.
a guest. Catherine was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be here. Catherine Flora from Paris, and she was going to be my guest. But she's literally stuck in Los Angeles traffic.
Catherine.
So,
Catherine.
so, but you
I'm
know,
so sorry for
seriously,
traffic.
it was an emergency
Yeah.
which called her out down to Irvine, which is about
Oh,
an
gosh,
hour,
far
but
away.
it's really about 2.5, 3 hours in traffic. So
What about
No,
maybe
the
you
traffic
can,
is crazy today.
if you
It's
wish,
nuts.
I don't know how busy you are, you can come next week and she can be with us. Maybe we
oh
can
well,
do that
I
too.
will see if she can.
No, with you,
Let's see if she-
because I
yeah.
don't want to have Catherine and not you.
Yeah,
we want to be
but-
together. We can redo this show and hopefully
Right.
she'll be
yes.
okay with
and
that.
I said, you know what, stuff happens.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
trust me.
it does, doesn't it?
And that's
but-
okay.
yeah.
We were talking about this
Yeah.
an hour ago about
Yeah.
stuff happened. We will
Yeah.
come back to this
Right.
same conversation about complaining
Right.
about lots of stuff and
Yes.
men complaining.
Oh, we were
complaining
complaining
about
about
guys
men,
a
weren't
lot.
we were complaining, but
Oh.
we were also
Relationships.
talking about turning disaster
Point.
into opportunity.
Yes, we were
Ah.
talking about being a strong woman and making decisions for yourself sometimes when the tough decision and life brings you really bad luck.
Yes.
And what can you do? How can you turn this into something
right,
better?
turn a
So what
Negative
about
into
you,
a
Lucy? What
positive.
brought you to Los
Um,
Angeles?
Well, you know what? So many things. I did start in the UK has hospital radio. It's not something you have here, where I started in a big London hospital, and it's a radio station in the basement of the hospital, and our studio was right next to the morgue. Literally, we would see
my
bodies coming in and
gosh.
out,
God.
right?
That's
and
a
I'm
dark.
afraid we'd make jokes about it, but that's where a lot of people get training from. In British radio, at least it was. So I started hospital radio, no money at all, and you go around the patients, and it was a cancer hospital, so we used to go around to the patients and talk and get requests and hopefully make things a little bit
Wow,
nicer
I never
for
heard
them.
of something like that.
Yes,
This
so
is-
that's
I wonder
really
if Kaiser
how
has a special radio.
I
like that.
don't know. I've never heard of it here. I did it in the Middlesex Hospital in central London, a huge hospital, big hospital. And, I met many interesting people. It was like the sort of playground for the BBC. They would literally come down the street from Broadcasting House and all the engineers and stuff. So I met in the basement of this hospital, I met, personalities.
How many years did you spend there?
Just a couple of years, and then I did pirate radio. That was a whole nother
I
thing.
like
In
this pirate radio.
London and Manchester. And when I did it in Manchester, oh my gosh, it was such a dive, and the whole place has been torn down in some of the worst neighborhoods you can imagine. But I used to walk back and forth. Nobody bothered me. I was, oh God, when I think about it, I was nuts. And it was dark, and it was a bad area of Manchester at that time.
Gosh. And how many years you?
That was a couple. Then I went to Piccadilly Radio in Manchester, did overnight, so that was legitimate radio. Then the BBC called me for an interview. They were like, "We've heard you, because they're not supposed to listen to pirate radio, but they do."
Of course they do.
Right? And I said, well, I'm going to America. And he went, well, when are you going to be back? I said, In 2 weeks. I never came back. And that was
Bye-bye,
yeah,
That was
I
how
know.
many years
BBC.
ago?
That was like 25 years ago.
Oh gosh.
I
Is
never
that
That's such
came
a
back.
great story. So you
But-
came here for 2 weeks.
But I came here for 2 weeks, but I backpacked down the East Coast. I went to the East Coast first,
Yeah.
started with my aunts in New Hampshire, and then got down to Virginia, where I had many adventures, including meeting an Iraqi prince. I mean, seriously, I met all these people, different people.
What's happened to him?
I don't know. I met his family in London.
Okay.
Huge place at Hyde Park. I didn't even know who this guy was. But I do know that when I
Okay,
went
can
into
I
his
ask a very
apartment.
intimate question?
Yes.
Were you in love?
In love, probably the wrong word.
Okay, I didn't get that. When you said I met the prince, I thought.
Yeah, that's
No,
why I'm just
No.
asking.
But this was like little personal meeting a prince.
Well, see, I didn't know it. I didn't know
Oh,
it at the time.
he
He was
was a
just
prince.
somebody. Yeah, I had no idea, and you know that faith. Not supposed to
Yes.
drink, I guess, but plenty of people do. So, and I went back to his apartment. It was the first time I'd ever seen. I'm serious. Weed, cannabis grown, in such a huge amount, in this apartment in Richmond, Virginia.
Wow.
Right. I mean, one of
Sounds
the most
like you had
conservative
much fun.
but you know, and I didn't know what
Lucy,
it, I didn't know what it was. I
run.
was
Did you
so
run?
naive.
Did you
no,
run?
no, no.
How come she ran? She just had fun.
I didn't. I didn't. I went, oh, okay, and then it was only later than I knew what they
How
were.
old you were?
I was like 24.
Mom, did you
You-
hear
Yeah.
what she's saying?
Yeah. I
You're
was like
supposed to
24.
do crazy stuff at the age of 24.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
I was. You know, it was crazy. It was
Okay.
crazy.
I know. Life
But I
is
met
crazy, but yeah.
all sorts of people in Richmond, Virginia, and that was one of my first cities. You know, when I came here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went back and forth, and got married to a musician. That was my venue. I
See,
married him in London.
Why I don't know that? Because I know
yeah.
you. Why I don't know that you were married to a musician?
So I've been married twice.
Because you're a musician too. You play cello.
Yeah, play the cello, but he played the bass guitar. In fact, he played the bass guitar for people like Alexander O'Neill, who was a big musician, singer in the sort of 80s, 90s, and also Jonathan Butler, who's a South African jazz guitarist and singer. So
You were married once or twice?
twice.
I love you.
But
I was married twice too.
Twice, I know.
I need
but
to love myself.
Right, right.
I
You know,
know.
but the first, but he was, you know, really talented, and it was I met him at a party in central London, at a big industry record party, and he got out of a limousine. He was wearing all white, and I was
would
like,
fall in love with him right
"Whoa."
away, of course.
I was like, whoa, and I was the one. I was
That
the
will
one.
happen to you soon. Okay.
Yeah, but
Iraqi
I do-
pairs?
No, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
and
you
you've-
know, when I think about it, there were things, but you know, when you sort of charge into life, you
Yeah.
just take it and you
I think
just
that you kind of like
experience
open
it.
yourself to experiencing, you know, and exploring
Yeah.
life. Kind of like good
Yeah.
stuff happen and crazy stuff happen.
Yes.
But you just need to kind of set yourself on this, you know,
Right.
wave.
Right.
That you just really want to embrace it, whatever
Yeah.
comes to you. And
Yeah.
that you are not like, you know, exclusive and closed. You are
Right.
just kind of like into
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And then good
Yeah.
stuff happen.
Then okay, fast forward. How this happened that you are in LA? I want to know
Oh,
all.
well, I
We'll
didn't-
have 1 hour exclusive about
Yeah, I
our
know.
lives.
I didn't.
People
I
need to
didn't
know
come
us.
to LA. I didn't come to LA until I'd lived in New England, because I went back to London. So got married. Then a lot of stuff happened. Then I had a child.
How easy was
So-
to get divorced in these times of your life?
Actually, that
Paper?
wasn't so hard, because he didn't contest it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he didn't contest it, and I asked for no money.
Yeah.
Both times, no money, because I just wanted to leave. You know, it's like sometimes, and my second marriage was to an engineer, so I went from chalk to cheese. You know what I mean? From like black to white. You know, it was like
Completely
it
different.
just contrast in it all ways. But I have to say, the second marriage, and if Brian, if you're watching, hello. You know, was good. We had our good moments.
And this
We
was
had our good
the
moments.
baby with Brian?
No, he
That
was
was-
with Timothy, who was my first. So, so then Brian adopted him as his own when
That's beautiful.
Josh was just 1.5 years old, and then my life got kind of more normal.
Okay.
you know. But I never quite shed that.
What do you mean by normal?
yeah,
Can
that's
life
what we
be
were
you
talking
know,
about.
You know,
Yeah.
just I didn't go out at night because when you're a mom, you don't. I mean, yes, of course, you know. I had a job, but it was still in radio, so that wasn't quite normal. You know, I never did a normal job.
Yeah.
You know, I had a video show which I produced. That was fun. And so I got videos from Burbank, California, from a lot of the from the shops here, and played it. Yeah, and so that got all over the cable network in New England.
Lucy,
so yeah.
I'm learning more and more about you.
No, I was.
Oh.
You know, there's so much. I think of my life in different chapters. You know, there was my agricultural chapter. You know, when I grew up in rural England. Then there was my London chapter, which was wild. Then there was my first marriage chapter, which was kind of wild. Then there was my second, you know, and in between it was the stuff going on.
But do you
know?
feel now, looking back, that those chapters were kind of like connected and that there were like dots leading from one chapter to another? Because I'm just thinking about this famous, you know,
Yeah.
Steve Jobs commencement speech and that he gave in
Right.
Stanford,
Yes.
2005, I believe.
Yeah.
And there was such a beautiful sentence that he said that we can only connect the dots looking backward.
Yes.
We can never
Yeah.
Why
predict
things happen that they happen.
Yeah.
either predict or why it's
I'm
happening.
trying to look for my dots,
Well, you
but
have
I
to
cannot
look-
find them
right.
so easily.
And you know, and I know obviously, you know, we know Alona, and you know, we all go through stuff, and you went through a very traumatic time, but you know, that you'll look back at some point and you'll say, but I learned this and I did this and that. It's hard though, now looking at it.
Yeah.
When you feel so hurt.
What we are
inside.
learning, and we were talking with my beautiful Agnieszka Niezgoda, author of gorgeous
Tell me more, tell me
Hollywood.pl book. Agnieszka,
I feel very flattered, really.
yes, in a way, we were talking about women and being empowered by our
Yeah.
decisions and make decisions in life, not looking back, and just how we need to make them. If not, for certain, not for every woman. We are talking about women who are we were called pusher. We want something more from life. Why we
Ambitious.
always want
A bit
something
more ambitious.
I would call this
Yeah.
ambitious and
Yes.
just
Yeah.
cool ladies. But sometimes we are not called this way. We are called like, why? Why do you want more from
Bossy,
life? Why
bossy,
you are
that's-
bossing around? Why you always want something? Why?
Yeah.
We don't want to say
Yeah.
here anymore why. And dream for my beautiful Agnieszka, who is starting her new chapter in life.
And I don't know yet what the chapter would be. That's kind of
Yeah.
like a huge question mark on the horizon.
Oh, so you don't
I'm
No.
driving across
She
the
needs
country.
to tell us a little bit. She's
Are
here.
you?
6
I am alone.
Yes.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, see?
It's yes, it's
I'm bad
amazing.
I'm here for
driver.
the reason. I'm here
It's
for the reason.
amazing.
Then but you are not alone. You have your
With
big
my,
dog.
Yes, with my 90 pounds
Oh.
boxer dog who
Oh.
came here
Trust
with me
me.
from Poland.
You'll be okay then.
That's
Let
beautiful.
me look for a picture that I
Really?
can
From Poland?
Okay.
La, 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 la. But anyway, yes. So I just,
Yeah.
I just understood. I just felt that my Los Angeles chapter is over, and that I know for sure. What's on the horizon? I do have my dreams. I do have my hopes. But I know that I need to leave move out of LA. I feel that I need to drive across the country. I feel I need to stay for some time on the East Coast, New York and Washington D.C., and I'll
Right.
be exploring job opportunities there. And then there's a huge question mark. I
Yeah.
know what I hope for. I know what I dream of, but how am I going to get there? That I don't know yet. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we,
Yeah.
of course, always.
Oh, here it is. Look, that's my dog.
my
It was
gosh.
taken like 4 years ago.
Oh, how beautiful.
he's
That is
amazing.
such an amazing picture. Did you
And
take
the
the
leg of
picture?
this
The lady
gorgeous
is Mona.
lady.
No, that's photographer Jacek Laskus. But the lady is Mona May. She's a costume designer.
Huh.
She designed, for instance, wardrobe for Clueless, and she worked on many Disney shows and features. So yeah, that was one of the very first pictures that we took for the book. And this is Rysiek, which is a
Rysiu,
Polish name like
Richard.
Ricardo, right? And when he just arrived to California with me, so he was like, I don't know.
What type of this bulldog?
No,
Oh.
he's a Polish boxer. Ilona, you cannot
He's
tell that
bit-
he's a Polish
he's bigger.
boxer.
He's
I have
bigger
no
than an
glasses.
average
Much,
boxer,
much
right?
90
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Anyways.
almost what you are right now.
Well,
Exactly,
No.
after your diet.
no.
90 pounds.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost. Okay, Agnieszka, you are here
Yes.
again. You are leaving in 10 days. So you'll be driving with your beautiful Richard dog. You are not alone.
Richard the boxer.
Richard the boxer. And then you are journalist, you are book writer. You really are a dreamer. You you really were studying politics, yes?
Journalism and political science at the
political
University
science.
of Warsaw. Yeah.
And you were writing for very, very strong Polish newspaper that called
I was-
Polityka,
I
yes?
was fortunate enough, to be accepted as a staff writer at a pretty really, early age when I started my internship there when I was still at the university in college on my third year, I believe. I started for a daily newspaper, which was like Warsaw
Yeah.
of Life, and I was writing like about, I don't know, changes in bus schedules, for a year or so.
Right,
But I
right,
also
right.
started working on like, kind of bigger pieces for the weekend edition. And they really liked what I was doing, what I was writing. And after a year, I was arrogant enough to think that, okay, the time has come for me to move on. So, which of course the time hasn't come back then. But anyway, I think that you need to be a little arrogant to like really kind
Yes.
of go
Yeah.
after your
Good
dreams.
arrogant.
The good arrogant.
Good
Confident.
arrogant. Yes,
Confident.
arrogant,
Confident.
yeah.
So I
Confident.
called
And you
Yeah.
fight you are a woman, you fight
Yeah.
in men's world.
Right.
Yeah,
And
we are
especially
talking
in
media, we are
yes,
talking
media, journalism. It's a
entertainment,
very
journalism.
male environment.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is. It is.
And
So I was confident / arrogant enough to make a phone call to an former editor-in-chief of Life of Warsaw Daily, who, when he was leaving, just a few months before I made this decision, he had a chat with me and he told me, look, I hired you here. I saw you as this, shy girl, who didn't know how to pick up a phone. And now when I'm leaving after over a year, I just watched your progress, and I think that you just made an amazing progress here. Whenever I can help you, don't hesitate to call me. Here's my number.
Huh.
So after another few months, I said, okay, I kept this number, and I called him. Well, I'm about to make a decision. Is your offer still, valid? And he said, sure. Let's meet tomorrow. So we met, and I said, well, look, this is my life dream to write for Politica Weekly, which is something like between New Yorker and Newsweek.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah,
the
yeah.
oldest, most respected weekly in Poland. And he was like taken aback, said, wow, this is ambitious. I said, look, what if they say no? Then they will say no. So I'll
Yeah.
just come back in 10
Yeah,
years.
you
and
can
he
just
said,
try.
Exactly. I can just give it a try.
Yeah.
And he said, well, okay, collect your best stories that you had published in Warsaw of Life, and I will just give you a ride there, because it just happens that the department you are talking about, the social kind of department, dealing with human stories, there's like the person in charge. The head of the department used to be my coworker on a TV show, so I'm going to make an introduction for you. So that's how I ended up in Politica Weekly. There was also a romantic touch to it, because like on my second or third visit to Politica, I met my future husband, who was a war correspondent back then for Politica Weekly.
Alright.
So, but cut to, I spent over 7 years writing for them, that I appreciated so much. I enjoyed really so much. I learned so much, being on a board with Politica. I was always cherish those years. And then I just, moved another step to kind of luxurious, women monthly magazines, where I spent another few years. I had my first book published, which was a novel, Dobranocka, which was compared.
What does that mean?
Dobranocka is kind of like a word twist. It's something between good night fairy
Stories,
tale,
fairy
but
tale.
also / having sex, because it was like a very so it was like a very tricky
A naughty fairy tale.
yeah,
Nice,
exactly.
naughty.
So it was like a tricky, a tricky exercise here with the title. But anyway, in every
Yeah.
single review it was compared to Polish Sex and the City. So
Oh,
and
right.
it did pretty well. It
Yes,
was even
yes.
it made it even up to the bestseller list for like 1 week or something. So it did pretty well. And then after the book was published, just a month after it was published, I made a tour, publicity tour, gave several interviews, blah 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 blah, and then I came here to Los Angeles. Because of the book and because of also meeting somebody who kind of invited me here
I
to
see.
to
I
come.
see.
So it was like a kind of combo deal, both
Right.
the
So
book
somebody
that we,
just said, "Look, I love what you wrote. Come to LA and
well, we
make
met
something work." Yeah.
Yeah, we met like on a private ground.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a books photographer, so it's like
Oh,
no.
okay.
6 years
Yeah.
later, you are
Yes.
packed,
Yeah.
you are
Yes.
So we did this
Leaving
together.
LA.
We did
Right.
this together, and
We
we
don't wanna
spent
talk
those years
about that.
together. Yeah, but now the time has come for me to move on.
Yeah.
Another chapter.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
that's my, story. I mean, I was trying to
Yes.
make long story short and kind
Yes.
of,
no.
pick,
No, but
the
your
best.
That's the
life,
story
your
of
life.
woman.
How can it be short? You know,
No,
it's like
no.
all the different things that happen. Now you're going to the East Coast, and you'll experience weather that we have just experienced here. hot and humid.
I know, but I'm not afraid of it. You know, I was
No.
born and raised in Warsaw. It's like I went
And
through so
it's
many
humid
seasons.
there, right?
It's
Is
not
it-
that
is
humid,
it-
but
no?
winters
Oh.
are like really harsh.
Really tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
you
So
know,
we are
that's harsh.
accustomed to
Shame,
European
yeah,
weather.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Then
Yes.
And I don't know what's your take on the East Coast, but whenever I land there, it just feels so much European and organic to me. There's like a European vibe to it.
It's very different from
easier,
here.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very. Have you been? It's
little
very
sleepy
different.
town. Sorry, LA.
Yeah.
I was before in Seattle. I thought that was a
Oh.
suicidal time to me. I was looking at the tall, trees and said, which one
Oh.
is mine?
Oh.
If I will stay one more year
Yes.
in this town, I was
Yes.
there 3 years.
Yes.
I will lose my mind.
Very forested
Seattle?
and
Seattle.
yeah, forested
fine.
I
and
just
and
drove by. I liked
sort of
it, but I
grey.
said
Oh,
for
it's
one
a
day.
beautiful
Yes.
town, but
Yes.
so slow. It's so just
Yes.
rainy
Sleepy.
and sleepy town. It just no, it's just not my
Mm-hmm.
cup of tea.
No.
And I was so happy that
Yeah.
I moved with my then husband to Los Angeles.
I didn't know you lived in Seattle.
For
For
he
how
was
many years?
3 years. He lived there. I just met him when he was there.
Oh, I see.
And then he had family here.
you were
Then-
doing a gig when you met. Is that how you?
no,
sort of-
I was
oh.
on a tour for like 6 months on a cruise line, big cruise
Oh,
line
right.
with really like
Yeah.
a lot of people from Europe and Poland.
See,
and I
Alona
was
is a
singer.
performer and
Yeah,
a
I
singer,
was a
right? And
singer.
you have a song
Very
out now, don't
successful
you?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that I also everything is because of love. We are changing our
Yeah.
storylines and
Yeah.
story because I met my
You're
then
right.
husband and 25 years later it was over.
Yeah.
Then but long 25 years,
Yeah.
to feel like
Well,
I
you-
did life right,
You
but I
did
didn't.
a lot. I
Yes.
know you did a lot together.
But we
and-
did
and
so. We
yes,
had
yes.
amazing ride,
Yes.
up and down. But always was very colorful, and I was the
Yes.
pusher. I would say I was called
Yeah.
pusher. Why you are pushing so hard? Why you
Ilona the
pushing?
pusher.
I was the pusher. Why? I cannot take any more whys. Then now, for last 3 years,
Yeah.
I don't have whys in my head, and I
Yeah.
love
We're
it.
making like a very intimate confessions here today.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very
So
good
has
show.
it been 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
Okay.
3 years, man.
3 years. That
Man,
you
when you
have
live
been-
with wife
yes.
for 23 years, and then one day you come, you say you are black cloud in my life, and never come back.
Oh,
That's the
dear.
moment when
Living-
you get yourself a gun.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
And then I came back leaving child behind and wife and like, hey, what's
Yeah.
happened? Why?
You had such a struggle, but you have you've really
Struggle.
overcome
Struggle,
so much.
struggle. But right now we really are doing okay in a way.
Yeah.
Like every story has a hopefully okay ending and just a
Right.
good push. Except the anemone checks squished like that and little written funky stuff on it. That's
She
not good,
showed-
ex-husband. Don't do this. If you
showed me a check.
ever see
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
don't do this.
Yes.
We liked you. We really did. Then because we knew you. Then just don't do this. This is like, bleh. Okay. But my beautiful lady, I want to
Yeah.
talk about this book because only you
Yeah.
can pitch this
ask
book
me the
so
questions
well.
you are-
And this book has so many great names, and most of people who are watching really, really great movies, they probably don't know that probably 1 of 10 of great people that create movies is probably Polish. But here,
Yeah.
how this beautiful lady come out with this idea and thought that she can meet the
Right.
20-something people
Roman
face to face.
Polanski is
Roman
big show.
Polanski. I don't even know.
Roman Polanski right here.
And
Picture
I took this
signed,
photograph
signed.
with
Oh
my
my gosh.
iPhone because he joined the
Signed.
project in the very, very last moment,
That's
and there
amazing.
was no time
Yes.
for photographer
Yes.
to travel to Paris. So I
Yeah.
traveled to Paris. He invited me to his place.
Even better. This is
yeah.
like front of camera.
Right.
Yeah, so
There
that's
you
his,
go.
his personal signature. That's the iPhone shot that I took of
Wow,
him.
good iPhone shot.
iPhone.
Yes, iPhone shot. And he
Whoa.
was really reluctant
Yeah.
at the very beginning, but he said, okay, let's try. And then it was funny because he started directing me. Oh, the light is better here.
Oh,
oh,
so
you just from
sweet.
this end. I said, okay, if you are directing me, I hope I will get
Being
a decent shot of you at
He was
least.
right now in Warsaw. Yes,
funny.
Yes,
some
he is.
award.
But you know what about
Oh, he's
Polanski?
back. Is he back in
He's
Poland?
kind of like, no, he's
Because
not
he was in
back.
Switzerland
Yeah,
for
he
a
lives
while.
in France.
right?
He lives in France.
Ah, okay.
We had his
Yes.
wife on Polish Film
Yeah, we did,
Festival
Emmanuel
last
Senior.
year, and she
Oh,
came here
right.
to
Anyway,
pick
so
up his
just,
award.
just
yes.
to give you like,
Yes,
two
give
lines
us the pitch for this book,
Two
because-
lines pitch. The
Pitch.
leading idea was to combine in this large format, heavy coffee table, style book, Polish people, Polish filmmakers who made it in Hollywood. But we wanted to combine both like world, acclaimed artists. as Roman Polanski,
Right.
Agnieszka Holland, who just directed a few episodes of the second season of House of Cards, and that is just like one of the of her immense credits. And people, but also people from behind the camera, like literally. For instance, all of us watched Pirates of the Caribbean. But we
Right.
do have a Polish cinematographer, Darek Wolski, who shot all the Pirates of the Caribbean in the
Okay.
book.
Is
So-
he doing this one that's being shot now?
No, not this one.
In Australia?
No,
No.
not this
Okay.
one. But
Yeah.
he did like
Yep.
3 of them or
But
whatever.
yeah.
Anyway, so the leading idea was to combine people of Polish heritage, of Polish origins, who emigrated, who left Poland to make it in Hollywood, and who work on Hollywood sets from all different angles. So we have a screenwriter, an editor, directors, actresses, production designers, music composers, and we have like really world acclaimed, artists. And here, this is kind of like a small IMDb thing. So you go through those names, you go through the awards, and we have so many like Academy Award winners, Golden Globe winners. So sometimes, when you watch those, Oscars, annual Oscar ceremonies, you don't realize that so many people who come
Yeah.
here to this country,
Yeah.
they are from different countries, and they
They
become
are.
part of the Hollywood. They contribute to the Hollywood culture, but they are from all over the
But
places.
that's what Hollywood is. When you
Of
go to
course.
these Hollywood dues,
But you don't
everybody
know.
has
Also,
right.
Billy
Yeah,
Wilder
yeah.
was Polish, so I had this amazing conversation with Polanski about Billy Wilder but he didn't think of himself as being Polish. He considered himself being from Austria, and Polanski was
Oh,
telling
right.
me in Paris, "Yeah, I had a fight with Billy Wilder over this." I said, "Billy, come on, you are Polish." I said, "Oh my God, I'm talking to Polanski, who is just sharing like jokes, that he had with Billy Wilder. Oh my God, this is history happening right
It really
here."
is.
It really is.
So
Billy
that was
Wilder,
really so that was a long ride. It took us to Agnieszka Holland,
Oh.
beautiful photo session, like a secret garden. Anyway, so that was a long flight for me. It took over 5 years, almost 5 years to complete it from the very scratch, to the very finish. And yeah, so-
Amazon.com. Everybody needs to go
Yes.
and check this book out, and please buy it because it's in English. And like I said, life stories of these amazing people who we need to know about them. Is this not only I'm successful?
Yeah.
This didn't happen.
No, I
easily.
spent so we have like 23 people featured in the book, and with all of them, I spent from 6 up to 12 hours having like a very intimate conversation, most of the time at their places, their homes, over the course of 2-3 years. So I became friends with some of those people. With some, I mean, not really friends, but we are still kind of in touch anyway. So yeah, it is like a very intimate portrait of an
Fantastic.
immigrant's journey,
Right.
and of a human journey.
So this book is a sort of a love affair, a letter to Hollywood from people who come here from other places.
It
Is that what it is?
Exclusively Polish.
Yeah.
exclusively
Yeah, but
Polish.
Poland is kind
Yeah.
of like a key here. But
Right.
I had so many people,
Yeah.
who bought the book during several book signings. We had like 15 book signings, and people were coming, not only Polish crowd, and then they were reading the book. Said, "Oh my God, it's so well written. It's so beautifully photographed." And these are like really, like really very human, intimate confessions that you somehow managed to,
Yeah.
you somehow
Sure.
managed to make people talk.
Which is about trust, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
even
is.
though we're on microphones, we're doing that right now.
Yeah, it is.
And that's
I
what
don't
it's
want to
it's
talk about your personal life,
Yes.
but you
Oh, do.
have wonderful gentlemen for many, many years in
Yes,
your life.
yes.
And I think you would love to talk also to Agnieszka because they
yeah.
have a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in common. Could you tell us a little
Yes.
bit? Give
It's-
an introduction.
Steve works for the Associated Press. I call him the big kahuna, which he's like, no, stop it. I'm not a big
He
kahuna,
is a
but he
big
is.
kahuna.
He is one of the editors for the AP in the entertainment division. So he talks to, I mean, for years, he's communicated with Hollywood publicists and agents, and he knows them personally. If there's a problem, he often knows the background to everything, and so he pulls these reporters basically, and they farm out, articles and stuff all over the world. Like you see an AP report, entertainment report, that's probably him,
Amazing.
his piece,
Yeah.
which he's edited, and he has a pool of reporters, like I said, but all this stuff that comes down. I mean, he works all the time because stuff happens in Hollywood all the time. I mean, this thing about Bill Cosby, this awful thing. I mean, it's been constant. The phone rings, and a lot of it's done over email, but, people from TMZ communicate, and, you know what I
Cool
mean? So,
job.
so
Would
it's
you
like,
like job like
yeah.
that?
Sure.
Yeah.
That
but,
will be hard.
I was
Yeah.
covering Hollywood industry for some time. I was covering
Were you?
like
Yeah.
HBO Central
Yeah.
Europe. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was covering like all those press junkets, for instance, for like the major,
Right.
you know, releases, like Boardwalk Empire or
Yeah.
Girls.
Yeah.
So I
We
got
can
to.
have.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Steve is very busy, but lunch or dinner or
yeah,
coffee together.
I think that would be great. I think he would be really interested. Because
This is a great, very special.
is
Before
it-
she goes,
I'm
because
sure there's a
she's bye-bye.
connection. I'm sure there's a
Something's there,
connection,
but
some hook
I don't know.
to something.
Yeah,
Because it's always about
we
a
don't want
hook.
calls.
You know, I'll say, well, you really have to meet this person. Well, what's
Why?
the hook?
What's the hook?
What's
no,
happening?
she's leaving.
You know? Yeah.
She's leaving.
You
But
got to meet this person to say goodbye. This person that you never met
No,
before.
we
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
need,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
people to look up to. And I
Yes.
think, like you said, you had this gentleman who said, "That's my business card. Call me when you are
Right,
ready."
right.
Or we just have person that if you really don't know what to do or met somebody very exciting, you want pass along to something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know me. I am the biggest. Matchmaker when
You
it comes
are,
to
yes, you
life.
are,
I
yes,
love
yes,
to know
yes.
people. I love to, and right away when I
Yes.
like that really wasn't pre-planned, but
Yeah.
really like wow, it's similar. You know, interest is big interest when it comes to entertainment,
Right.
And devotion to this book.
Right.
6 years.
It's
that's
it's such a
lot.
beautiful book.
Thank you so much.
Who
It's beautiful.
published it?
You know, it was published with the support of Polish Film Institute,
Mm.
but basically I established my own publishing company back in Poland because I had like 5 major publishing houses in Poland who were interested in taking the project,
Yeah.
but none of them was giving me like a final touch. It was like, oh, it's such a great project, why don't you give it to us and we'll do whatever we want about it with this. I said, you know what,
So you didn't have control.
no, not at all.
Right.
And it's like, you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
Agnieszka Holland didn't go after, you know, this corporation. Roman Polanski didn't go after this.
Mm-hmm.
They all went after me and the photographer. And it's like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It's about trust. People trusted us.
In a way, book like
Yes.
that.
But you know what? This is so funny.
Yes,
When there was like
yes.
a first book signing here in Hollywood, and we have like a bunch of people from the book that who
Yeah.
gathered, you know, who came for the book signing. It was like a small reception party, and somebody just said, "Oh my God, you know why we told you all this stuff? Because nobody believed that you were going to actually publish it."
It's so
And
true.
now everybody can read it, and now everybody
Yes,
can
yeah,
read it.
yes.
So.
Beautiful,
yes.
beautiful, beautiful book. And
Yes.
again, it's in English. And we
Yeah.
had in our studio Beata Poźniak,
Yeah.
2 times here, once here.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous actor and very accomplished
And a
too.
producer and director.
producer.
Yeah.
Wow, I love her. I cannot wait when it comes to what is the hook for you to just try to just give me some
Yeah.
contacts that now we can
Sure,
bring these people
definitely.
on camera. Some of them are probably in LA.
Of
I
course.
don't think so that Roman Polanski will fly for this one.
I
The
don't
best
think
of
he'll be
Poland.
allowed to.
But we
I
can
think
dream.
after
Lucy?
all the issues.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
no.
But don't you think it's kind of like really creepy with him after all those
know.
years? It's
Yeah.
like it's been so long, and
Yes.
he like reestablished himself, you know, as a family guy. And to be honest, you know,
Yeah.
he's like when I met him, he just turned like 81 or something.
Right.
You couldn't believe it. He was
Yes.
a handsome guy.
He
You know,
is.
fit,
Wow,
smart,
wow.
sharp, and you know the interview with him was just exhausting. I left his office just exhausted.
Really?
He was such a roller coaster. Nice, and then moody, and then it was like, oh, blah, 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 you know, to follow
So
his
that
emotions.
was the interest. So that's the interest that people had in him.
I
Basically,
guess so.
The-
I
the-
guess
yeah,
so.
yeah.
But extremely sharp, extremely
Yeah.
to the point, but getting bored on a spot.
Oh no.
To
He's
you
a
know,
keep
to
him
really keep
going.
his attention.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's like, you know, an ongoing,
Oh my gosh.
ongoing roller coaster. So that was a challenge, and I was so much jet lagged. I just flew into Paris like in the morning, and I got myself a hotel. Not to check in the afternoon because I knew I would need a nap.
Yeah,
So I checked
yeah.
into like, you know, this tiny rabbit hole, you know, somewhere in Paris, and I took a nap, and then I was walking, you know, crossing Champs-Élysées in
Yeah.
Paris, romantic, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so jet lagged and I'm so stressed. I'm meeting Roman Polanski in a second.
That's
It would
fine.
be
That's
embarrassing.
fine.
But that was a good thing because you were in a kind of relaxed state. You know how you are when you're jet lagged. You just really
Everything
don't know
is
quite.
okay,
It's like
like
it's just a
whatever.
blur, you know.
Yeah, because it didn't
No?
seem awkward. It was like so natural because
Yeah.
I was in this like jet lag bubble.
Yeah.
So it was like it
Yeah.
didn't feel. I said, you know,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so jet lagged, and I can't believe that I'm interviewing him being jet lagged. So you
Right.
know, just sit down.
Yeah.
You know. And then I could tell that there was like a huge sense of nostalgia in him for the
Oh,
old
really?
Hollywood years,
Really?
because he kept asking me about some, you know, deli place and then grocery store, you know, in
Really?
Los Angeles. So I
Really?
could tell that there was like a huge nostalgia idea, you know, of the
Yes, yeah.
world that once belonged to him and that was later
can
lost.
enter.
The 50s and the 60s, right? The 60s,
Yeah.
60s, 70s, actually.
The hardest interview in this book. What was the toughest one?
Oh no, there wasn't one
No.
the toughest. No, I mean there were all
Nobody
very
was
special.
mean and like, come on, 5 seconds. You have 5 minutes, no more.
No, because
They
that was
really-
like, you know, the first condition that people who really wanted to be in the book, they needed to contribute like really their time, you know, over the several meetings. No, we had just one known from, unfortunately, Janusz Kamiński, who was in the project, you know, for like 2 years, and then finally he wasn't, whatever the reason was. But that was like the only kind of disappointment, I'd say. Once people were on board, and because we had Agnieszka Holland pretty much early on, like I think that she was
Then
like the
everybody
second or
wanted to
third, so then everybody followed. So that was like the trick that once she joined on a pretty early stage.
Oh, okay.
So
Somebody need to
but
take the
people
lead.
really trusted us, and because I was saying like, look, I don't know how we are going to end up with this project. Well, all I can, you know, promise you that I see it as a beautiful, you know, large format coffee table, you know, book with very intimate stories, and I will do my best to provide it.
So you had a vision, as
Yeah,
they say.
exactly.
And this is it.
This is it. That
Yeah.
that started
This
from a
is-
vision.
Yeah.
And everybody
Yes.
trusted us and
Yeah.
said, okay, let's give it a try.
Right.
And then it was going on for all those years. And then, bam, the deadline, had it published, it's out there.
And then, you know, when it comes to
Fantastic.
now you need to talk about this book. Now you need to see people. Now you need to, how many, 2 years ago or year ago published?
It was published a year ago.
Year ago. Year ago. This
And-
will be forever book. I
And
know
in
it,
this
but
last year, I've had like, I don't know, as I said, 15 book signings. So
Yeah.
we just did the tour around California, and then we also went to Las Vegas.
But you don't have really PR firm who is doing this for you.
No, it was all my.
Oh, it's
you know,
just you. So you have
just
no
me.
agent or
No, just
yeah.
me.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and we had also Polish edition in Poland that premiered for like Christmas.
Yeah.
So the Polish edition did like great. I gave, I don't know like how many interviews. Also I did, you know, a few TV shows and then radio interviews. As for here, I didn't realize how tough a market it would be.
LA is a very tough market, isn't
you
it,
know-
Alona? It is.
It
Yes,
is.
but the people,
Everybody's doing it.
I
you
still
see.
believe a time
Yes.
for accented people and everything
Yeah.
what is accent is right now.
Yeah.
We have another election coming, and I know that Polish people will be very important in this election. It's 30 million people that practically not so
when
much
when is
votes.
the election?
2016.
2016.
Oh.
But
But you're
they
talking about the-
need to go
But
for
we are talking about presidential elections, right?
presidential. Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant the Polish
no, no,
elections.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay. Oh,
American.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Polish
November,
elections we
yes.
had like
Yeah.
in 2 months, yeah.
But
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
be looking to Polish
Right,
community, which
right.
is like 30 million people living,
Yeah.
I think, in America.
Sure.
Then, but really,
Yeah.
I think that the time is right now to understand that most of us came from somewhere. Most of us build this
Yeah.
country, lots of us build this country in the best way that we can, and we're full of heart and every knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
We are trying to create something good. Book like that is not about Polish people. It's about
No, it's about-
journey, life
It's
journey.
about a journey. It's about
about-
immigrants' pursuit of an American dream. That's
Then-
exactly what.
I mean, basically, the only native people are Native Americans,
Yeah.
really, aren't
Yeah.
they? I mean,
and
everyone
where are
else.
they? And where
and-
are they?
yeah.
Because I can't see none. I mean, in Los
Oh
Angeles.
my
Sometimes you do
gosh,
meet
so pretty.
somebody with, Native American heritage. Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
especially for young children, this is to me like every high school supposed to know about this book. Every college supposed to have this book somewhere in library.
I believe so. Thank you so much for saying that. I believe exactly
Yes,
the same.
yeah, because this is like a big part of Hollywood, big part of human lives, and also uplifting. Yeah.
Yes. But
It's all about
beautiful-
dreams,
it's-
all about.
So it took you 5 years to do that?
Yeah.
5 years. I can
You
see
need to
why.
be really
I can
persistent.
see why.
And it was such an uphill battle sometimes. And really, the toughest part, if you ask me about the toughest interviews, no, the conversations were not tough because once I got into person's place, I'm kind of like an easygoing, reporter.
Right,
So and I'm a good
right.
listener, and I know how to.
You're
kind of-
not hard hitting and you don't kind of get their
No.
backs up like some people do.
I don't hesitate to ask tough questions,
No,
but the
no.
moment must be right. And the way
But you do it nicely.
Of
I
course,
can tell.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So I think I'm kind of like an easygoing, but the toughest part was to wake up over this course of 5 years and to find, the persistence to like still fight another struggle because of this, to make this decision and kind of
Yeah.
like keep going, because I didn't have a supervisor telling me, oh, Agnieszka, this is
Now
another
you need
day.
to do that.
It's like it was up to me to
You
like
needed to
schedule
keep
my
going.
work day.
Oh, that's
You have to
tough.
be so self-disciplined.
You
That's
have
that.
to. You
Yeah.
have to, and you have to like the time
Yes,
frame
yes.
where you work. You know what kind of like parts
Right.
of the book you work. Because I
Right.
was writing it, I was co-producing, I was publishing. Then I was working with an American translator and consultant.
Whoa.
I wrote myself 2 introductions in English after the all those 5
Beautiful
years.
introduction. I
Thank
love
you.
this introduction.
So because conversations were translated, then I had this final touch on the translation, because cooperating with a brilliant consultant. But as for the introductions, I wrote them myself. So I was like, at the end of the day, I remember just before the book was published, I was sitting because we were publishing it in Poland. So I was sitting at our graphic art director house outside Warsaw, and it was I literally started at like 8 a.m. in the morning. And when I stood up from the front of these 2 huge computers, it was 5:30 or 6 a.m. the next day, and I just stood up and said, no, you know what? One more day, and I am going to drop dead here in front of this
Yes,
computer.
yes.
Because my consultant was in Chicago, then editor was somewhere outside Warsaw, then the graphic designer was already asleep, and I was like alone in this huge studio
that is
Right,
in front
right.
of 2 huge computers, Polish edition, English edition,
Yeah.
going like through
So
every
it was
sentence.
overwhelming, and you were just tired.
I would drop dead literally if
Wow.
it lasted for
Yeah.
another week. So
Yes.
yes,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
a very
Very-
precious.
Then this show
That is
today,
blood, sweat, and tears right there.
Oh, yes, it is.
yes,
It is.
yes,
we have very
yes,
special show
yes,
today, and
we
I'm
do.
hoping a lot of people will be watching over and over, and maybe we'll pass our links to another people to just learn
Mm.
about this wonderful lady. It's not really about the book. It's about Agnieszka Niezgoda,
Wow,
the beautiful,
now I am
beautiful
really
Polish
flattered.
journalist and
That's true.
book writer,
That's true.
lady who is following her dreams, and she's not worried to make a commitment. But I think also we were talking about women's strength and
Yeah.
women devotion, dedication,
Right.
ladies who are working and fight for something that they believe they want to get out of the system, whatever it is.
You need to, because
And
life is short.
Life is short. and
Really, it is so short.
it
I
is.
wish
You
you had
never
more
know.
people helping, but right now I think the biggest help will be when everybody will purchase this book. Amazon.com has the book. It's
What's the
called
retail
Hollywood.
price?
It's
Can you-
55 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, but and
£3.
Yes, it's heavy. It's heavy. There's
And
a lot of
filled
content
with
in
life
that.
stories. We were talking
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
fun will be to create short movies and put in one
Yeah.
the little life stories of everybody who is here. And again, it is about never give up. Hope.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are not really happy people in the end. They have a lot of struggles in
Well,
life.
artistic people are sometimes not happy.
Yes,
Okay,
and
true.
I wanted to
And
believe.
there are many broken marriages, many
That's
broken
what
I'm
lives,
going
you
to
know,
say, a
like
lot of-
Yes,
in
yes,
between
right.
stages, and they are very honest about, the price that they paid.
Yes, and the same the
Yeah,
ladies.
right.
We are
That's
talking
true.
about a woman, because harder is leaving child behind, leaving something behind,
Yeah.
and just still pursuing the dreams when you don't have people who want to help.
That's
It's
right.
much easier when somebody says, "Okay, honey,
That's right.
you try."
We only have 1 minute. Alona, I just have one question. It's a very personal
Please.
question. Do you have anyone special in your life right now? I've just been wanting to
Me?
ask that. Yes.
I have my dog. No, I don't.
Okay. Not yet.
No,
All
I
right.
am
Okay. So I just had to
not
get
ready
that
for
question
that.
out, everybody.
No, I'm done.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, I failed twice. Then I don't
No,
know. if
no,
I'm
no,
ready
no,
for
no. You
third
didn't
failure.
fail. It was a journey. It's never failure.
Of
The
course.
book in the
Never
making
failure.
with
Never.
hopefully yes, but
But-
life is okay. But no.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
you're
Yeah.
doing great.
It's
Yes, I'm doing much
fantastic.
better, and having
you've got
friends
the-
like that. How can I complain? And daughter already, like
Yeah,
I say, she's
that's
on,
right.
in a way on her own. She
That's
just got beautiful job offer, when I'm so
Oh,
proud of her.
fantastic.
And seems
Oh,
like
that's
she will be
awesome.
working,
Yeah.
producing movies, and that's what she wants to do. She's a great singer,
So
but
she
that's
just
my
graduated
dream.
from college.
Okay, we
Yes.
are now out of time.
No, 5.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Accent on TV. Best of Poland and Europe. Right here on LA Talk Radio.